It's happening. I'm waiting for my friend Coco. Hi, everybody. I'm Gina.
And I'm Coco.
And welcome to Jeff and Andrew's virtual Zoom wedding. Yay, virtual Zoom wedding. So now you can check that off your 2021 bucket list. Coco and I will be your hosts for today's celebration. And we are so happy that you're here. So 20 years ago, I never would have imagined I'd be standing here today, considering that I met Jeff when he and his then girlfriend arrived at my house and whisked me away to frozen yogurt. I instantly fell in love with Jeff. We were 16 years old, straight A students who loved to volunteer. For fun, Jeff and I used to brainstorm nice things to do for people, and then we would do those things. These are all the same qualities that all of us love about Jeff today. But now Andrew's the one who gets to receive all of Jeff's kindness. The other day I was at their house and they had given me the best material because I swear to God, I watched Jeff feed Andrew a cookie and whisper into his ear, "All I want to do is make you happy."
It's true. Andrew's cookie obsession runs deep. I remember when we met at UC Berkeley, he was obsessed with the Mrs. Fields cookie shop on Telegraph. His palate has since refined. We met in the dorms. We were assigned to the same floor and we quickly bonded over hip hop and growing up in the Bay. And I loved how Andrew was always down to try something new. So it's fitting that I am co-hosting his wedding today, considering that I emceed his participation in the dorm's all-male beauty pageant that year. So as many of you know, Andrew later met Jeff at Cal, and the next thing you know, it's 15 years later and they're about to get married.
Way back in the day, I used to ask Jeff, so when are you and Andrew going to get married? And Jeff had said that they had decided that Andrew would be the one to propose, and propose he did. But I think all of us have something to learn from Andrew's proposal. It's best if the person is terrified of heights, and you should take them to the highest cliff in the state, and
Definitely.
It's very likely they will say yes. All right, so here's what today's wedding festivities are gonna look like. You will get to meet Jeff and Andrew's moms, aw, and then we have some cameo surprises. And if you are looking to do some multitasking, some Instacart, some swiping, that's okay, but if you wanna see the ceremony, that's gonna start around 11:45. So join us back then. Lastly, there is a separate link for a reception. That's after this wedding portion. So if you want to join us for a reception after this, there is a separate link in your email. And we have done our best to try and group you with people that you know.
I'm going to chime in with a technical note. We know that things can and do go wrong when we're participating in virtual events. So if your video cuts off, suddenly you can't hear, please know that Jeff and Andrew are recording this event and will send it out to everyone. So while it is not perfect, you could always watch it later and pretend it's the real thing. Don't forget that Zoom has a chat feature, so feel free to get in there. We welcome and encourage wedding commentary. Just please don't troll the co-hosts too hard.
All right, so now let's see the special men of the day. We're going to bring Jeff and Andrew on the screen to welcome all of you to the wedding.
Hello, everyone. Andrew and I are so excited to be here and really grateful we get to share some joy and love with you all in the midst of this very strange year.
Yeah, and when we decided to do a pandemic wedding, Coco and Gina were the first people that we thought of, and we sort of roped them in to host this. They're two of our closest friends, and they've seen us together since day one. As Coco said, she and I met in the dorms. So as you can imagine, I've seen her, she's seen me in all different states of disrepair, but that's behind us, you know, we're sober now. And it's been a long time since then, but flashing forward to today, I now think of Coco primarily as a parent. And I really admire her and how she and her husband, Franco, who by the way is also helping us today, have raised their children, Santi and Cleo. And if and when Jeff and I decide to have kids ourselves, they will be our two strongest role models.
And for me, Gina has always been a friend and a teacher. She was talking about vulnerability and mindfulness way before it was in the zeitgeist. And she has always modeled in our friendship the values and intention that I then try to bring to my relationship with Andrew. I'm so grateful to Gina and simply couldn't imagine today without her up on stage with me. And as you'll probably hear a lot today, Andrew and I have been together for nearly 15 years. When we met back in college, it took a little time for us to start dating. In fact, we've been in a multi-year argument now over who asked who on our first date.
It was me.
Well, how could anyone possibly know though, really? Like what evidence could be brought forth? Who would possibly have a receipt for such a mystery? Well, being the creepy, sentimental guy I am, I literally saved my AOL Instant Messenger chats from my youth. If I deemed them to be significant, I would save them as a file. And over these years, they compiled in my Google Drive. So when I went searching for what I had, I was thrilled to find, yes, the origin chat of our first date. This is not made up. This is very, very real.
This is a deep fake.
Andrew does not know that I've done this, so I'm sure he'll be excited to settle this once and for all. So as you can now see on the screen, we kept the tradition of silly screen names in the early aughts. I am Hair Gel 12 because I used to, not anymore, a lot of hair gel. And Andrew is sour asparagus, for goodness knows why. Okay, so Andrew, you're going to read along with me on screen so we can get to the bottom of this, okay? So can you see on screen the chat?
Okay, now am I supposed to try to talk like I talk then?
Yeah, that'd be
Okay.
great. I'll start. Hi, Andrew. Whereabout are you?
I'm in my apartment. Just woke up like 20 minutes ago. What's up with you?
I'm in class, not really paying attention.
Anyway, what are you up to tonight? Do you want to get dinner?
What time are you thinking?
Is 8 too late?
Not at all. Lend me your cell number.
Are we in like some Shakespeare play or something? You've called me before, Fu.
Oh, geez. I withdraw my request for your phone number.
LOL. Peace out.
Okay.
I like that in AIM days when you would sign out, it would actually have a door shutting sound. So it's even more dramatic than we just did it.
Very dramatic. So I will finally resign and admit that you, in fact, Andrew, made the first move, settled, and you win that one.
Great.
Any arguments?
One of many victories to come.
Yes, we'll see. All right, so after our first date, we kept on dating and dating and dating. By year 5, people started asking about our plans. Will they, won't they? We took our time for sure and never felt particularly in a hurry. But if we're being frank, for the first 9 years of our relationship, we weren't even legally able to get married. I sometimes forget how recent marriage equality was won and how much we were conditioned to think of getting married as probably for someone else. And I wonder how much that might have impacted the timing of today and why we waited all these years to make what was obvious actually official. But without going too deep, it is worth saying that the significance of today's ceremony and our ability to welcome you all into it is not lost on us.
But let's not get too sentimental about it. I mean, I think what you just said is mostly a call out of me because it was probably year 3 when you were asking to get married and wondering when the proposal was going to be. And it took me a little bit longer to get to that point. And as Gina mentioned before, I proposed at Yosemite, and my plan was that we would hike to the top of Half Dome, which, if you've never done it, it's a grueling 14-hour, you're doing 5,000 feet of elevation gain experience. And, we're in decent shape, but by the end, I was carrying both of our packs because Jeff was losing steam. At one point, we got separated and were lost for a full hour. And as Gina mentioned, Jeff is deathly afraid of heights. So when you get to the top, you actually have to climb on hands and knees, basically, on the cliffside to get to the very end. So Jeff, seeing that, he peaced out. He said, I'm staying here. He found like the very middle of this plateau, which is kind of like a staging area, sat down and waited for me to go to the top on my own. So I did that because, I was there, I wanted to do it, but I couldn't propose to him at the very top. So an hour later, after I had come down, I came back down, saw Jeff. He said, we need to leave immediately. He had a pale white face. And I said, well, we got to do just one more thing. And that's when I popped the question. So this picture here is of somebody taking the picture of us. I don't know if you can easily tell in the picture how afraid Jeff is, how pale white he is, how much we're cramping, all that sort of stuff. But I got him to spend at least 20 minutes there so that we could savor the moment. And it's a really powerful memory for both of us, but Jeff has made it very clear that we're never going back. And I'm fine with that.
Never. But I do hear there is a lovely lodge in Yosemite Valley. So that is maybe where we can return. And after spending this past year with each other 24/7, as so many of us have with our partners and our roommates and our friends, we finally decided we had to just make it official. Doing a virtual wedding may have felt tacky or random or awkward before, but we decided that we think it's a really special, timely way to celebrate each other with all of you, so many of which have really supported us over the years.
And we have over 300 people today, because there are people that are dual screening this. And by the way, I'm chatting with you guys. Make sure that if you want to get the full behind the scenes experience of me chatting while we're talking, you can be right there. Frankly, if we were doing this in person, we wouldn't have quite as many of you. And so it's one of the great advantages of doing this is that we can share this moment with all people that are special in our lives.
And with that, we want to thank you all for being here and hanging out with us for the next hour or so. We hope you'll join us for the reception after the ceremony, and we'll do our best to drop into as many of the breakout rooms to say hello as we can. But for now, back to the show with Gina.
So Andrew, you're the one that asked Jeff out, huh?
Apparently, yeah. I mean, I knew all along, but Jeff was trying to troll me and say that it was him.
Well, you'll have to get Jeff back for this trolling. So are you guys ready to watch your moms cry?
Yes,
yeah.
Ready.
All right, so let's get some good mom time in. It is my great pleasure to introduce Diane, Jeff's mom, and Andrew's mom, Mary, shortly after. If you haven't met them, you are in for a treat. They are, they're like TV moms. They're like very beautiful and loving, and they listen to all your problems and make you feel better. So it's my great pleasure to introduce Diane, Jeff, and mine's mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, how are you guys? You're so cute. I love your stories. It made me relax a little bit.
Good.
It's a little intimidating. I love you guys, and I'm so happy for you. Thank you, Gina, too. I appreciate that. And thank you to our family welcomes, each and every one of you. Thank you all so much for joining us today. And kudos to all of us who have risen to the challenge of entering into a new realm of technology, Zoom. Fingers crossed, because it's a little scary. As you know, I'm the proud mom of a beautiful gay son, my sweet Jeff. A son who was thrilled at age 2 as he put on his sister's tutu and merrily danced around. Of course, I have my photo. It was a moment in time that I can vividly remember. I called my mom and said, I think Jeff might be gay, and no one could ever say to me he was not born that way. We laughed, of course, and said he will be who he will be, our beautiful boy. He was and still is so magical and fun-loving. Jeff has always been hardworking, big-hearted, was always the teacher's pet, along with Sarah, someone who always looks after his family and a man you can count on. He always felt it critical to right or wrong, and he continues to do so today. Our hearts are full of love and pride for all that he is. He navigated through his youth with several girlfriends to discover his true self. And today, we witness his marriage to Andrew, the man of his dreams. The right for gays to marry did not come easily or without great effort. It was a fight we have fought together for many years. From picketing at our state capitol in 2005 with our family, including his grandparents, of course, another picture, thank you, to attending many rallies in San Francisco and waiting anxiously, more than once, I might say, for Supreme Court decisions. A day that has been a long time coming in more ways than one, as Jeff and Andrew have been a loving couple for almost 15 years. They survived a bi-coastal relationship and remained committed and resilient. They have built their life together in harmony, creating a safe place of understanding and respect for one another. I vividly recall the night when Jeff came out at 16, almost 20 years ago, after breaking up with his girlfriend, and me telling Dave in a state of confusion that he was the best boyfriend a girl could ask for. And Dave said, he still will be, but it will be with a man. Honey, you just need to change your picture. I did, and I can say I could not be happier and more proud of these two men. They have accomplished so much as individuals and as a couple. They are a remarkable team. Today is a glorious day as our two families are joined together. As Jeff said when he learned to ride a bike, dreams really do come true. And this is one of mine. I thank Andrew and Jeff and all the fierce fighters for making it happen. We love you and are grateful for you both. We wish you continued love as you walk through life hand in hand. If you don't let go, you'll make it to the end together. I and all of your family love you so very much. You two are the best.
Oh, I love you, Mama. Well,
Love you, Diane.
I love you too, Ernie. I'm now honored to introduce Andrew's mother and Jeff's future mother-in-law, Mary Garvin. She will be sharing her loving memories about her son, our Andrew. She is a woman I couldn't be happier to share my son with, share the name Mom, and if we are blessed, grandmother. And that says a lot. Love you. Here's Mary.
Love you too, Diane.
bye, Mom.
Bye.
And by the way, a little insight, everybody. Our friend Amelia made embroidered handkerchiefs for us. This has my initials on it. So this is really coming into play right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Jeff. Hi, Andrew. What a happy day. A day that, like many here, I've been looking forward to for a long time. Although I never would have imagined it would be under these circumstances, it makes no difference to the joy that I feel. I'm so happy that you found each other. That has been a constant as I count my blessings, especially this past year, knowing that you had each other, that you love, respect, support, and maybe most importantly, that you like each other. Jeff, I don't know how much you know about Andrew growing up. I mean, you do know that he was born in Dallas, Texas. Not everybody may know that. He's the oldest. He was our first child, but he was also so amazing. I mean, we had always said that he ruined us as parents. We kind of jokingly said that. He made it seem so easy, but in so many ways, he really was just the perfect child. Wasn't he adorable? Absolutely adorable. Anyway, my parents, his Aunt Sandy, other parents, everybody told us what a perfect child he was from the very beginning. He was the first grandchild for Andrew's family, Jim's family. So it was already a thrilling arrival. He was the first grandson for my parents, something my father in particular was over the moon about. He had been surrounded by women. My mother, it was me, my two sisters, and then he had two granddaughters at that point. So having a boy in the family was just amazing to everybody. He was also the first child born into our friends group, and this was kind of important. We spent a lot of time with a lot of them. So many weekend evenings with David and Tisa Hawkins. He was just happy to hang out with us as long as he could see us. You know, he was just as content as could be. As he got older, we went a lot of summer weekends. We spent at Wet n Wild, which was a big water park in Arlington, Texas. And we did that with David Lynn Keller. And so there's a lot of video of that somewhere. And we're going to have to find that and get to see it because it's kind of fun. I would often drive him. And then after his brother and sister were born, up to Norman, Oklahoma, up to see my parents, which was about a 3-hour drive north. And he was a great little traveler. I mean, you know, we would go up there by ourselves, you know, 3 hours up, stay the weekend, 3 hours back. He got his first haircut up there. In fact, it was in one of those weekends in 1990. Now, Catherine was just an infant. Andrew found his grandfather in his bedroom taking a nap, and he had taken both Charles and Andrew for haircuts that morning. But Dad was asleep, but he was like oddly moaning. And Andrew quickly went out, found his grandmother. Grandmother came back. They called 911. Paramedics came. Long story longer. They took him to the hospital, and Dad had had an aortic aneurysm, and it was a slow tear, and it caused more and more internal bleeding. But Andrew finding him and alerting his grandmother was critical. And he survived. My father survived crazy odds. And his grandmother often told him that he saved his grandfather's life. And she meant it. He really did. We had my father another 5 years, which was a blessing, a true blessing. He was always attentive. It's astonishing how focused he can be. You're probably aware of that. He's been able to do that from the very beginning, whatever he was doing. I first noticed it when I started reading to him. He had lots of books. His Aunt Sandy made sure that. She was an elementary school teacher and a librarian. One night, he was barely 4. I was reading him Peter Pan, and it wasn't the first time. As I tracked my finger below each word, he asked, "Where does it say Peter? Where does it say Pan?" And then he was reading. Now, it's called spontaneous reading. Who knew? I had no idea. You know, he just did it. When he started kindergarten, a year later, his teacher was so excited, and he was thrilled because she let him read the class, which was like great. She was like the first of many teachers to advocate for Andrew. He participated in lots of sports. He did baseball, basketball, soccer. We spent lots of weekends on those various sporting fields and lots of video games. He may still do that, you know, a bit. There were many, many games, starting with the original Nintendo, which he beat the pants off of me, started by beating all of us at Mario Brothers, and then proceeded to beat every game on every gaming system we bought him. That came out after that for many years, so many hours playing those games with Charles, Gagan Hoti, and Randeep Singh. Oh my. And then, at Mission San Jose High School, however, that was where he focused to a degree I had never seen him do it before. Debate, along with a dedicated group, including Vikram. I saw you on there, Vikram. They started a speech and debate team, and they had tremendous success. It was quite astonishing to see what they accomplished in such a short time. He was always a good student. He especially excelled in math. I'm going to take credit for that addition to his gene pool. But he also excelled in language, which he definitely gets from his dad. In junior high, he started taking French. It's a beautiful, beautiful language. It was parent-teacher open house night at Hopkins, and oddly, Andrew was anxious that we attend. I'll never forget his teacher's reactions, also positive, almost like, "Why are you here?" But his French teacher in particular was so complimentary that his pronunciation was perfect, just perfect. He finished high school with enough advanced placement credits to start at Berkeley, just shy of being a sophomore. But once again, he threw himself into school. He graduated in 4 years with 2 degrees, math and economics. Now, this picture shows one of those graduation ceremonies. In fact, Jeff, it's at that first ceremony that I remember meeting you.
Mhm.
It was a big event. There were a lot of family there, a lot of family. His grandfather Noel and grandmother Sarah, his uncle Will and Aunt Philomena. My mother was there. But I remember seeing you and Coco, you with your beautiful eyes and that beautiful smile. And you looked so sweet. It just struck me somehow. And I thought to myself, I just love it that Andrew has friends that came to share this event and to see this event with him. But there was just something there. Anyway, I've never forgotten. It's been a long time ago, hasn't it? That was 15 years ago. That was 15 years ago. Now, there's one other thing that I want to mention. There's another picture that we're going to put up here. Andrew has a particular obsession with music sometimes, and I'm going to take credit for that as well. This picture was taken on December 30th, 1984. That was 15 days before Andrew was born. I was on my way to a concert. Sheila E. opened for Prince on his Purple Rain tour. So I'm going to take credit for that particular obsession. That's either a blessing or a curse. But this picture from a few years ago, which we took, I think Coco may have taken this picture. It's one of my favorites. Your relationship, it's just grown stronger. It's easy to see why. The respect and support you show each other, the admiration you show and priority you make each other, the kindness and appreciation exhibited every single day. You guys are doing it right. I love you, Andrew, and I love you, Jeff. You've been a member of the family for a while. We're thrilled that will now be official. Now, back to you, Coco. Thank you, guys, and thank you to everybody that could make it today.
Thank you, Mom. Love you.
Love you too, honey.
You know, Spotify told me last year that I'm in the 0.1%, the top 0.1% of Prince followers. So she's right. Like it really had an effect.
It's in your DNA.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's epigenetic.
Well, hi again. It was so great to see your moms. The photos were amazing. And Jeff, I really think you should bring back the pink tutu look. So think about it. Think about it.
Yeah, we can get you an adult size version of that, and I can get the adult size overalls.
Yeah. Or a like purple Prince outfit.
Right.
Okay, so we are in for a treat now because we get to hear from even more people who care about you. We know the pandemic squashed the possibility of being surrounded by a wedding party in the moments before you say I do, but we wanted to make sure your closest family and friends were there to support you today. So they have put together a relationship video for y'all, and we got a little bit of everyone in there, some childhood friends, family, some babies. So let's check it out.
All right. Very official.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your daily edition of Totally Not Fake News. My name is Gagan Hoti.
And I'm Simran Kaur. We're coming to you live today from sunny California with some very tragic news for the gay community. The two most eligible bachelors of the century have finally put speculation to rest. Andrew Garvin, serial entrepreneur and all-time extreme whippersnapper, and Jeff Montecero, CEO and guy who'd rather teach you about the socioeconomic condition of fish than give you one, are officially tying the knot. Let's cut to the streets to see what the average American has to say about this momentous event. How are things looking out there, Gagandeep?
Thanks, Gagan. We're here on the streets of San Jose, and the people don't seem to be aware of what's happened yet. Ma'am, have you heard? Andrew and Jeff are getting married.
What?
Hi, Jeff and Andrew.
Hi, little brother, soon to be brothers.
Hi, Jeff and Andrew. We are here to provide some wedding and marriage and relationship advice.
What do you think about having kids?
I just answered that question.
Yeah, I'm trying to do another.
Well, when Jeffy and I were little, all of my girlfriends were determined that they were going to make Jeff their husband. They were in love with Jeffy. He did really special things for us. He was very thoughtful, and he would like make us breakfast in bed, and bring us flowers, and treat us like queens. And it was a lot of fun, and he made us all feel really special.
The first thing we want you to know is
You should get a dog.
you should get a dog.
As soon as possible.
As soon as possible. They're wonderful. Dylan, say hello.
No.
How do you navigate conflict, disagreement, misunderstanding?
We talk about it, communication, don't looking back, talking about feelings, even the stuff that I consider small.
And I think responsible, accountable communication where I am talking about stuff that's in my own lane. Yeah, and not just being like, I don't know about swearing. You're a poo. But being like, hey, you did this thing. I had feelings when you did this. Is this what you were up to? But going after understanding the other instead of assuming that they have malintent. I think that's a really big one. I used to just assume that, I don't know, you were out to get me, I guess. And maybe he was.
Very healthy.
And don't worry about marriage. Jeff and Andrew, you know everything you need to know from Drag Race. You may have to tell Andrew, sashay away for 24 hours because I need my space. Use it. Sometimes you have to say, Shantae, you stay. And sometimes you have to channel Andrew's favorite character of all time, Gia Gunn, and know that what you want to do isn't necessarily what you're gonna do.
And just remember, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
Yay!
What do you admire about Jeffrey and Andrew?
I admire many things. One of the things I admire is Andrew will give Jeff infinite tickles for as long as he wants, whenever he wants. And I know Jeff knows how lucky he is, but I'm just really want to drive that home. That's a gift. What do you think about having kids?
Good question. I would say that it is really hard. Even when it's hard, actually the hardness makes it worth doing. It's kind of like running a marathon, but also a marathon with a baby, which is even more hard, but also more fun.
Thoughts about having children?
Well, what do you think?
What do you think, Solomon? Should Uncle Jeff and Andrew have kids? I don't know. What do you think? Do you like having brothers? Yes, Joby. Do you like having brothers?
I think some people will say have kids, and others will say, no, enjoy life, don't have kids. But I think we're one of your only friends that can say have twins. Yeah, have twins.
It is
The best.
the most exhausting thing you will ever do in your entire life, but yet so fun. They are so fun.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Some very wise, spontaneous, and definitely unscripted advice. The people have spoken. Back to you at the studio.
Wow, just monumental.
Well, this has been quite an eventful day. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining our live breaking coverage. And now, we have to leave before the crew comes back from lunch.
Okay, on time for bed.
Mama, can you tell me a story?
Sure, do you want Jack and the Beanstalk?
I would like the story of that guy who slept in the fire went to death and the way to the Grand Canyon.
Oh, Jeff, yeah, and he had to take off all his clothes in the gas station. Yeah, I've got loads of stories about Jeff.
And his fiance, Clever Clogs.
Oh, Clever Clogs, yes, Andrew, he is very clever.
He learned a new language of the air.
He did. He learned to speak Greek when we were on our way to Greece, just learned a new language on the airplane. Jeff was growing up with a super kind heart, and he did really nice things for people all the time. He has a superpower where he has a real good ability to make people feel heard and seen. It's really special.
He sounds a little bit like Oprah.
He does sound a bit like Oprah, you're right. And he even started his own school.
Whoa. He sounds like Joe Biden.
A bit like Joe Biden too.
Jeff for America.
Jeff for America, totally, total presidential qualities. Right. So he meets Andrew, who, as we said, is super clever.
Luke looks.
Yeah. And he's clever and successful, but not like...
He doesn't show off.
He's not a show-off, no. He's humble. He likes, to live a simple life. The man likes to have a nap. He likes to play games. He likes to bake.
Sounds like me.
Sounds a bit like you, yeah. Those are good qualities. So they make a good team. They move in together. They do a paleo diet and CrossFit, get super in shape. They travel. They love each other. They're getting married.
How about...
And that's all the time we've got for tonight, honey. It's time for bed.
How about when we go to honeymoon and how about have children and
It's all the time we've got. There's so many questions, but
and
we'll have more Jeff and Andrew stories later.
We forgot to do the video.
What video?
The video for Andrew and Jeff's wedding. What if we talk about when we went to Disneyland with them? That was super cute.
Yeah, that's a good idea. My number one parenting advice that I would give to them is going to be indoctrinate your kids early with the sports teams, right?
Mama, this is not in a too small basket.
What? Yeah, it's too small.
But I don't want it to be too small. Mama, can I wear this to go?
Hey, Michael, what's this?
Go Raiders!
Yeah!
Okay, if we're gonna talk about parenting, we should talk about how when you have kids, it's like you get to relearn the world from a fresh pair of eyes.
Hey Alex, what you doing?
I'm drawing. This one is an imposter snapping a neck, crewmate's neck. This one is an imposter shooting the crewmate. This one is a needle tongue right in the eyes.
Okay, fine. If you want to go the boring route, I can do that too. Because everyone can love someone when things are going well during the good times. That's the easy part. But for me, when you really get tested is when things are not going well, and it's can you still care for the person, and can you still love them, and can you still remember why you're in the relationship and your commitment to that? That to me is what love is.
Do you think they fight as much as we do?
Ooh, I don't know. If they did, I would also recommend marriage counseling, though.
Crap. When's our appointment?
Thank you. I love coffee.
My good friend Jeff recommended this place. He really likes bougie coffee places.
Yeah, this place is pretty good. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. It's good to be on a date again.
Yeah, I really haven't been anywhere in a year, so I thought it'd be nice to get out.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue. I always think about colors, and I think about Jeff's bright red car. They're getting married, and I think about all the fun times we had together in that car, and things that Andrew's going to need to be careful of, like checking the car for spiders before they start driving, making sure there's no big boulders around that Jeff can drive up on top of. I know that that they're going to be really safe together, because even though Jeff was a little bit crazy in that car, he was always very safe.
Oh, man.
Dad, I've got everything we need in this backpack. Oh, what are you doing, Jeff? Oh, I'm just gonna pack another suitcase. How many suitcases have you packed? 50? Jeff, we're gonna go on a honeymoon for 2 weeks. Not 50 days.
Hey Luna, what you doing?
Jeff and Andrew are having an argument.
Oh no, did Jeff pack too many suitcases again? And is Andrew out debating him?
Yes.
Oh dear.
How do you let me solve an argument?
We try and work out what the root problem is.
Chase the Y.
Yeah, that's right, chase the Y.
Okay, he could be Jeff.
Okay, cool.
I'll be.
Hey Andrew, are you ready to go on our honeymoon?
Oh, yeah, Jeff. What are you buying?
I just got one more thing.
What is it?
Uh,
I just thought mid-century counts.
yeah, I got another one.
How many do we need? What's on the best one? Smooch.
Wow. That was next.
Holy
level.
crap. Thank you very much, by the way, Harry and Diana, for putting that together. That was insane. I am.
Love it.
That was amazing.
Holy crap.
Jeff and Andrew, I think the two of you need to sashay away.
Yeah, get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Prepare for the ceremony, please.
See you soon.
Man, I
A
wish
kind
we
of
had Jeannie
important
here.
moment coming up.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Get out of here.
Coco, I really like your lipstick. It's really cute.
Oh, thank you.
What kind is it?
I'll get back to you.
Okay. People, Coco and I need a break to touch our makeup up. So we're going to take about an 8-minute break to, do what you got to do. Check on the baby, make a cup of tea, and meet us back here in about 8 minutes for the ceremony.
Can't wait to see y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Yes, oh baby. Yes, oh baby. Yes, oh baby. Sandy Beach, I was making love as the tide goes in on us. Feels so good walking side by side. Wanna be with you all my life. Oh baby. Yes, oh baby. Yes, oh baby. Yes, oh baby. Dreams of you all the time. It's so good when we're together. together. Just can't wait until tomorrow night. Hey baby, let's shake it. Oh hey baby. Hey hey baby. Yes oh baby. Yes oh baby. When we're out in the moonlight, looking up for the stars above. Feels so good when I'm near you, holding hands and making love. Oh, oh baby. Yes, oh baby. Yes, oh baby. Yes, oh baby. Yes, oh baby. Sandy beaches making love as the tide rolls in on us. It's so good walking side by side. Wanna be with you all my life. Whoa, baby. Yes, oh baby. Yes, oh baby. When we're out in the moonlight, looking out for the stars above. Feels so good when I'm near you, holding hands and making love. Whoa, whoa, baby. Yes, oh baby. Yes, oh baby. Yes, oh baby. Sandy beaches making love as the tide rolls in on us. Feels so good walking side by side. Wanna be with you all my life. Whoa, baby. Yes, oh baby. Yes, oh baby. Yes, oh baby. Dreams of you all the time. It's so good when we're together. Just can't wait until tomorrow night. Hey baby, let's shake it. Oh hey baby. Hey hey baby. Yes oh baby. Yes oh baby.
we do this?
Yes, welcome back. And now we get to the main event, the ceremony, the moment we have been waiting for since 2007.
Or 2018 when Andrew almost killed and proposed to Jeff at Half Dome.
Right. Not everyone has been quite as obsessed with the Mana Sarvins as I have been since day one.
Coco, I think we should tell our Zoom friends, we should out Jeff and Andrew a little bit and tell them what they wanted from the ceremony. What was the vibe?
Yes. When we were planning the ceremony, Jeff said, don't make it sappy. And Jeff, I promise this is not going to be sappy, but it is going to be a celebration of your love. And sure, when some people think of love stories, they think of melodrama and sentimentality, but I prefer to think of them as stories of bravery. And I've witnessed Jeff and Andrew show up year after year, courageously committing to their relationship and deepening their capacity to love. And as I've watched their story unfold over 15 years, there have been many different versions to this story. The college years, of course, the long distance years, the getting swole together and never eating carbs years. And I've got to say, where they've landed today is a pretty wonderful place. When I think of Andrew and Jeff today, I think of not only how they shower love on one another, but how they love those around them. And Andrew and Jeff have been a very steady presence in my life, and I see the way that they love my own family. I mean, who else would invite us all over to watch My Neighbor Totoro while we cuddle in a sea of pillows and eat home-baked treats? It is in witnessing the way that they constantly are checking in with my family, the way they love my children as their own and celebrate all of their milestones, the way they cry when art moves them, and the way that they can laugh uncontrollably, that I know just how deeply the two of them feel. And so to me, it is this depth that they both possess that is really what makes their relationship so strong. So Jeff and Andrew, I am so excited for the two of you today, and I cannot wait to see how your relationship continues to unfold.
So like some of you may know, being close to Jeff might mean memorizing the list of foods that he likes and he doesn't like. So that means for Jeff, not putting orange zest in the cinnamon rolls, not mixing sweet and savory. Lemons is like a whole other thing. Jeff loves asparagus, doesn't love sun-dried tomatoes, so on and so on. So a few years ago, I was at Jeff and Andrew's house making dinner, and Andrew had riddled off some food that Jeff didn't like. I was devastated. I was no longer the sole keeper of all of Jeff's likes and dislikes and private happinesses. Andrew's knowledge of Jeff had surpassed mine, and their intimacy had grown so deep. And that's a little bit of where the magic lies in their relationship, is that they take such good care of each other, the small things and the big things. They delight in all of the things that make each other who they are. So today, what feels important for me to say is that this is the harmony that is so palpable in your relationship and between the two of you is an earned place. I now feel grateful to have witnessed the challenges you've had in your relationship, but you never let go. And in that not letting go, this very genuine, loving relationship has emerged. So today's a celebration of that, of sticking it out, learning to accept, and now cherish everything that makes each of you who you are, even if one of you doesn't love sun-dried tomatoes. I am so excited about the next chapter in your life. I know it won't be without hard times, but I know this relationship has everything it needs to succeed. And in the words of Andrew, I feel very confident that Jeff and I will make it. I know it will be full of laughter, love, respect, and maybe a family. I am so grateful to be a part of your family, and I'm so excited for the future. Thank you all for making it official so we can enjoy this party.
So let's make it official. Andrew and Jeff, I know y'all are out there somewhere. If you can please Come onto screen. There you go. Face one another and take each other's hands.
Coco and I are going to disappear because it looks cooler when it's just Jeff and Andrew on the screen.
Andrew, do you promise to do your best each day to continue to build a loving, healthy, and happy marriage as soon as you're back?
Can you hear us?
We can.
Sorry, we accidentally muted ourselves. All right.
Like
Okay,
we
now we're
said,
ready.
we know things
Now we're ready.
can
Do it again.
and do go wrong when we are in virtual events. Okay, so let's make it official. Andrew, do you promise to do your best each day to continue to build a loving, healthy, and happy marriage?
I do.
Jeffrey, do you promise to do your best each day to continue to build a loving, healthy, and happy marriage?
I do.
And now, Andrew and Jeff will share the vows they have written for one another.
I have a little book.
Jeff was already starting to cry with with the I do's.
We'll see. I think I can do it. When I was a kid, I remember being very sentimental about my mom and dad. I loved seeing them love each other to the point of going out of the way to set them up in romantic situations. One day, I remember starting music in our living room and telling my dad to go ask my mom to dance. And I remember watching them dance in the living room and thinking that it was just the most romantic thing I'd ever seen. As a naive 8-year-old might think, to me, that was love. Spontaneous dancing meant you were in love. But I grew up and I learned a lot, and I saw that love and relationships were more complicated than that. After we dated for 5 years, I was feeling like our relationship was solid, but we were in no rush. It was 2012 and I was living with Gina in Oakland, and you had stayed over one weekend, and I was folding laundry in my bedroom, listening to music. And you came up behind me and you turned me around and you started dancing. And in that moment, everything clicked. All the things that made us different or seemed to clash came into focus. Our relationship works because we see each other so clearly. And we know, oftentimes before we know ourselves, what each other needs. You take such good care of me. You show up, you surprise me, you charm me, you push me. And in all those ways, you have shaped so much of who I am. I've held on to that moment of us dancing in my bedroom for all these years, knowing that I wanted to share it with you on our wedding day, because that was the day I had no doubt that we would end up here right now. I also know we are not impervious to pain and to struggle and to strain, and that marriage is not a fantasy. It is a commitment and a statement. Today, we get to make a statement in front of everyone that is important in our lives. And for the rest of our time, we will live out that commitment. And I will show up every day. And as much as we possibly can, I know we'll dance. I love you so much.
I love you too. Okay, Jesus. Okay. Oh. Let's see if I memorize this well enough.
Okay.
Jeff, we met when I was sleeping on a twin mattress on the living room floor of my roommate. And later we upgraded apartments, but my new room had a 5-degree slant. So my desk chair would roll toward the wall. And there's a Polaroid that we keep by our bed of us kissing. And in my mind, that picture was taken in that chair. And you're in my lap, we're kissing, and I'm bracing my legs so that we don't roll away. That was a long, long time ago. That was 13 years ago. And I know this isn't quite right, but after all this time, memories sort of mix together. And so when I think back to that moment, when I look at that photograph, I remember that as the time that we discussed breaking up in advance of my move to New York and your move to Philadelphia. And I sort of went into that conversation with my robot brain going, you know, it's only prudent that you should break up. But when I was looking at you, I got emotional and I had this vision of the future where my eyes sort of, they got sucked through a portal and I could see the future where future me was with future you and we were together. God, Jesus, give me this. Okay, where did I get the light off? Okay. So my eyes, they went through a portal and I could see future me and future you, and we were together and we're comfortable and happy and stable. Oh my God. And, oh gosh. Okay, Jesus. So we were comfortable, happy, and stable. And in that moment, I had this moment of clarity. It was sort of a confluence between my human feeling self, something that you've really brought out of me in the past 15 years, and my dominant robot logical brain. And I make my best decisions when those two get along, you know? And in that moment, I thought to myself, what could you possibly be looking for if not him, if not you? Again, 14 years is a long time. And in that period, memories, they fade, they dissolve, they fade away, they fuse together. And through that process, a through line is discovered through those memories that has meaning attached. And so when I look back at that photo and I think about the vision that I had, it can only be where we are today. So we're in a pink house in Oakland in that vision. We're together in bed. You're getting me cookies in the morning because I'm a little piggy. And that's just where it is. And so it's funny because when that Polaroid was taken, I don't think I had said I love you yet. I don't think it was even close. I mean, you had said I love you a bunch of times, but I was a little bitch about that. But looking back on it now, that vision that I had at that moment, even though I didn't understand it, that was love. And it is love. So look, this is sort of me getting philosophical, which I'm prone to do, but life is a subjective experience whose output is a memory machine just for us. And so at any moment, I can flip the switch and I can be back in Berkeley. I can be on top of Half Dome. We don't have to go back. Or I can be right here, right now, and I can be holding your hands. Oh, God. And you can be there too, because you were always there. And I want you to always be there. So this I vow. I will continue to honor your memory and ours, however that memory may evolve, even as it dissolves and our minds ultimately fade away. I love you. Jesus. Oh, you found your handkerchief. Good.
I found it. All right, we did it.
Keep your handkerchiefs nearby.
Okay.
Oh, God. Just wear it.
To commemorate the vows you both have made, please find your rings. And Jeff, repeat after me as you place a ring on Andrew's finger. Let this ring be a reminder of my love.
Let this ring be a reminder of my love.
And the life that we have together.
And the life that we have together.
Andrew, please repeat after me as you place a ring on Jeff's finger. Let this ring be a reminder of my love.
Let this ring be a reminder of my love.
And the life we have together.
And the life that we have together.
Jeff and Andrew, before these virtual witnesses, you have pledged to be joined in marriage.
By the authority vested in each of us by the state of California,
we now pronounce
you married. You may kiss and hug like you're already doing.
Yeah, we kiss way too much already. That's what happens when you've been together forever. Oh, Jesus, guys.
You did it.
You did it. You did it.
Thank you all so much for being here. This was really fun. Went out pretty much without a hitch. Thank you so much, Gina and Coco and Franco on tech helping us out. This has been lovely, and hope to get to see some of our guests very soon at the reception.
And thank you as well to Amelia, who's here with us today and helped us get set up. I don't know if you can tell, but we have makeup on. We're not just this beautiful normally. Also Diana and Harry, who put together the video, everybody that appeared in the video, and again, everybody that is in our lives. We love all of you, even though we can't be with you this year.
Thank you.
Let's do this.
Time for some spontaneous dancing. Is that
maybe?
Oh yeah, we can't end a wedding without any dancing.
There we go.
Baby, don't make me spell it out for you. All of the feelings that I got for you can't be explained, but I can try for you. Yeah, baby, don't make me spell it out for you. You keep on asking me the same questions and second guessing all my intentions. Should know by the way I use my compression.
Hope to see you all at the reception.
Yep, we'll put up a slide with more info or check your email.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you for coming.